Hey guys, my name is Devontae and I sacrifice my time so you don't have to. Apologies if you hear like a really windy background. I'll try my best to not be in the wind and not be in the environment because it is one hell of a storm right now going on. But to be fair, it's winter. This is what we call Florida snow when it starts to look like this. But nevertheless though, today's subject is going to be about Warner Brothers, AEW, Raw, and somehow, because this guy finds his way into every goddamn video I make, CM Punk. Probably asking yourselves, what the hell does CM Punk have to do with all this? Shut the fuck up. Chill the fuck out. I'm gonna get to it right now. But first, I think the first thing I should probably do is at least break this down for you guys, kind of give it to you in chronological order to kind of build up to the main event that is CM Punk somehow, some way sticking it to Tony Khan and AEW. So we kick it off with this. Check it out. This is back in December 1st, a couple of weeks ago. Warner Brothers Discovery reportedly turned down WWE Raw pitch from Nick Khan. And for you dumb motherfuckers, they're gonna be like, source? Cite your source. Links are down in the description box, like always, and always forever will be, for you idiots who are just saying you're pulling out of your asshole. No, I'm not. Okay, I didn't pull it out of my asshole. Only thing being pulled out of one's asshole is my dick out of your mom's motherfucking asshole. Okay, let's continue on though. Warner Brothers Discovery reportedly turned down WWE Raw pitch for Nick Khan. Link are down in the description box if you want to follow along. WWE Raw, NXT, and SmackDown programming rights will expire next year. However, the company has been able to secure deals for 2 out of the 3 shows. The deals. Raw and NXT have deals with the USA Network, while SmackDown airs on Fox through the fall of 2024. WWE will be leaving Fox and has signed a 5-year deal, or 5-year agreement, to bring SmackDown back to the USA Network. NXT is headed to the CW Network. This move for all the shows will take effect in October of 2024. SmackDown's deal will keep the blue brand on the network until 2029. Raw is expected to leave USA, which comes down to the network paying so much for SmackDown's rights. However, considering the long-standing relationship between the two companies, that doesn't completely rule them out if they can get a deal they like. The pitch. Triple H and WWE President Nick Khan had meetings in Los Angeles, California this week regarding Raw's media rights, which is why Triple H missed Raw on Monday night. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that WWE hopes to get $400 million annually. However, analysts believe it will be closer to $387 million annually. Meltzer wrote, and I quote, "For most of the negotiation period, the idea was FX technically. The idea was FX as a leader with Netflix, USA, Warner Brothers Discovery, and Amazon Prime all being talked about. For Warner Brothers Discovery, which currently airs AEW programming, securing rights for Raw will be a game changer, considering AEW also needs to get a new TV deal done next year." Meltzer wrote, and I quote, "The WBW, or Warner Brothers Discovery version told to many this past week is that Nick Khan last went to WBW in October with a pitch and was turned down. Those in Warner Brothers Discovery have said privately that there's nothing to the idea of TBS or TNT being destination for Raw to a number of people in recent days, while those in WWE constantly have Warner Brothers Discovery as a long shot. The reason for that is due to the belief that Warner Brothers Discovery has ownership stake in AEW. Now, you have the context to the initial turndown agreement for Warner Brothers Discovery when talking to Triple H and Nick Khan first. Now again, just to reiterate, that was about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks later, there's a little bit of a different detour that's currently going on at the moment. This is from SC Scoops. WWE is still heavy in their television talks for the Raw brand, and a very interesting possible home is still in play. Now, as we close out 2023, it appears that Warner Bros. Discovery could be interested in picking up a different pro wrestling show. SmackDown will return to the USA Network under a recently inked 5-year deal commencing in 2024. The CW will get NXT as well. Fans are curious about the potential impact on the company and the future home for Raw. There is an opportunity for Monday Night Raw to continue advanced discussions with Warner Bros. Discovery. Check it out though, and we'll get more into that in the next article, facilitated by CM Punk. It was reported that CM Punk's addition to the Red brand could greatly drive up interest. While speaking on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer expressed skepticism about SmackDown remaining on Fridays. He also suggested that the possibility of Raw shifting to a different night, with anticipated news on this matter within the next 2 weeks. The big idea in play is Warner Bros. Discovery interest, which could really shake up the pro wrestling world. And I quote from Dave Meltzer, "I think that there will be stuff in the next couple of weeks most likely. It could be the final deal. It could end up with the status quo. It's not impossible. It could end up with incredible differences. Just gotta wait it out and see. The main thing though is WWE and Warner Bros. Discovery is not a dead deal, and it appeared to be a dead deal before. If they take the deal, it will require Warner Bros. Discovery to spend well over $350 million per year. Warner Bros. Discovery may not want to go that high anyway." What we know so far. WWE's fees for Friday Night SmackDown have increased by nearly 40% with the new USA Network agreement. The coming year will reveal whether SmackDown thrives on its return to the USA Network and if both SmackDown and Raw undergo significant schedule changes. Of course, AEW is on Warner Bros. Discovery, and WWE Raw moving to that platform could throw a wrench into Tony Khan's plans. We will have to see what happens because the pro wrestling world has been incredibly unpredictable so far. I think the rest of this, for the most part, is nothing worth talking about. If you want to read it, go for it. But it's nothing in our purview of what we're discussing right now in the article or inside this video. So then we come to the main event, in my opinion. In my opinion, the main event, which is CM Punk's connections, his apparent connections with Warner Bros. Discovery. Now check this out. This is where it gets a little bit funner. So I'm just going to go directly to the quote from Dave Meltzer, because again, this is him expanding on all this. I think I talked about this already, actually, with Punk. Okay, no. They would like to get close to $400 million, Meltzer said about the rights fees. I don't think they're going to get $400 million, but they're shopping it around, and Warner Bros. Discovery obviously being one of them. Warner Bros. Discovery seemed to be dead, and it's not dead. With Punk there and everything like that, it's not dead. It's not like people should go, oh my god, this and that with AEW. There's no way of knowing anything more other than they did have a meeting and it's not dead. That's all. Meltzer continued, WWE, as far as the Raw deals, the belief is that they're finalizing pretty soon. Paul Levesque, Triple H, was at Raw on Monday. He missed the one Raw, if you remember, because of whatever they were doing, which was 2 weeks ago, by the way. They're trying to close that deal. That's pretty much it. Punk opened up what may have been a shut door. How open that door is or what is gonna transpire, I don't know. Punk, he's a significant player, and that's one of the reasons he's gonna be at the house show in Los Angeles this week, because I'm sure that the people who they are courting, everyone's headquarters in LA, I'm sure that they're gonna invite everyone that they're courting there, and figuring that they're gonna see with Punk and Dom, they picked the right opponent for just a great reaction to go, look, wow, I didn't know that, huh? This is what they're getting, this is the show we're selling. So Punk and Dominic Mysterio at that first house show on December 30th or something like that, that's supposed to be a match to sell the executives on whether or not they want to get Raw. Holy shit. Talk about the stress that must be on Dominic right now. Holy fuck. Man, that kid is probably fucking biting the shit out of his nails right now. You're wrestling CM Punk in his first ever match in WWE in 10 years, and you're gonna do it in front of the Warner Brother guys, and maybe even a couple of more executives to see whether or not they could sell WWE on the idea. That's fucking scary as shit for that kid. I feel bad for him. Continuing on though, the belief is it's coming down relatively soon, but it's one of those things there's no rush either. It could come down in 6 months. There are negotiations, and AEW is in negotiations. These negotiations are going to be gigantic to the future of wrestling in many ways, depending on who gets what, depending on the days of the week, depending on the counters. Very, very interesting. Now we get to the actual possibility, because there is one more article that I want to read for you guys. It's coming from Ringside News. To talk about the actual meeting in itself. So here, check it out real quick. I'm going to go directly to the quote. PWInsider.com can confirm that this past Monday morning, TKO's Mark Shapiro, as well as WWE's Nick Khan and Paul Levesque, as I said before, Triple H, were in New York City at the Warner Brothers Discovery headquarters, meeting with Warner Brothers Discovery executive Bruce Campbell about potentially moving Raw to the Warner Brothers Discovery family. Campbell holds the position of Chief Revenue and Strategy Officer. We are told that the WWE contingent met with Campbell for several hours Monday in the morning, with at least part of the meeting taking place in a conference room, usually reserved for David Zaslav. Okay, that's right, whatever. And that's essentially it right there for the most part. But you know what? I will say this. Hang on. Let me read this a little bit too. Warner Brothers Discovery recent major objective has been securing NBA rights, although David Zaslav publicly stated that the company doesn't need the NW. Oh, wow, doesn't need the NBA. The specifics of such a deal between Warner Brothers Discovery and WWE are also unknown. We will have to see if WWE demands exclusive rights to pro wrestling content. What? Wait, what do they mean by that? We will have to see if WWE demands exclusive rights to pro wrestling content on Warner Brothers Discovery? They mean their content, not pro wrestling in general, right? Okay, did they say that, or like did the guy who typed this article just accidentally type pro wrestling and not WWE? Because when you say they demand exclusive rights to pro wrestling content on Warner Brothers Discovery, then that, I'm assuming you're alluding to AEW also and their pro wrestling content. What the fuck are they talking about? They did not acquire that with their CW deal because the network is allowed to have other pro wrestling content as well. Oh, do they mean just pro wrestling content, like as in only their show can be on the, which is something else that's really big. Wait, what the fuck? So are they trying to kick AEW off the network? Dude, Vince trained Triple H well. Holy shit. It's anyone's guess who WWE will play their hand regarding potential talks with the Warner Brothers Discovery. Holy fuck. But guess what though? Just so you guys can have a better understanding as to where AEW and Tony Khan stands for Warner Brothers Discovery, he did have like a bit of not a press conference, I forgot the word for it, not press conference, not media conference, a conference call, there we go. I think it was it yesterday, I think, or was it 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. He had a little, I think it was on Tuesday. He had a bit of a conference call. So here, hang on for a second. I want to read you guys that too, just so you can have a better understanding of where Tony Khan stands with Warner Brothers Discovery. Here's a quote. I think he was talking about ROH and their relationship, but check it out. He said, We've had really good talks with Warner Brothers Discovery, had a great visit with them today, and we have a really exciting relationship that has grown a lot over the years and has expanded for AEW. Ring of Honor is still a third party in the relationship and is a company putting on really exciting wrestling and is peripheral to the conversation right now. It offers, man, I gotta put my glasses on, holy shit, hang on. Put my glasses on right when I'm about to be finished with the articles, right? It offers a lot of value to AEW to a media company. There is a lot of interest in ROH, and some of the most exciting wrestling and stories and some of the best events in ROH history are happening now. It's really awesome that ROH has healthy options and very complimentary for itself, or for myself, my family, and our business interests. The ROH media rights and the massive library and IP are there and accessible to us as we pursue new media rights for AEW in 2024. And we also have the additional value of the ROH library with the AEW library that has continued to grow. Almost 200 episodes of Dynamite, well over 100 episodes of Rampage, and an exciting half year of Collision. So it looks like he's trying to get himself on that streaming service, isn't it? That's what it sounds like. That Warner Bros. Has a streaming service, don't they? Or whatever the case may be. And it also looks like he's trying to get something worked up for ROH, which I still argue to this very day. You should have just ignored Collision. You should have just ignored Rampage. And you should have just put ROH on Fridays or even Saturdays, to be honest with you. And that could have been its own show by itself, separate from AEW Dynamite, with someone else running it, with Tony Khan being the head honcho of it all. But, hey, this is what they want to do. Maybe try to pitch ROH and Warner Brothers turn them down. I don't know. But at least you have the standings in regards, because I only want to read you guys that, not because it was anything related to the discussions between WWE and Warner Brothers, But kind of give you a little bit of context as far as Tony Khan's relationship currently with Warner Brothers Discovery. And overall, how I look at this right now. So, first things first, I think obviously the main thing we need to talk about is CM Punk butting his nose in WWE's business just to go stick it to Tony. And I bet my ass, Tony Khan is very much aware that CM Punk is trying to fucking sabotage him for 2024. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's fucking awesome. I mean, not, AEW dying or anything like that. That fucking sucks. But I mean, like, the idea that Tony Khan can fire CM Punk, and CM Punk is like, okay, you want to fire me, motherfucker? Okay, cool. I'm going to go to WWE, and I'm going to try to push them to negotiate working out a television deal to get your show kicked off the fucking network. Boom, bitch. Check fucking made. That's a boss ass move. If that actually happens, that would be boss as fuck. Just because of everything that kind of went full circle with a CM Punk. A guy that Tony Khan was looking so desperately to get in his company. Then he finally gets him. Then he ruins his company from the inside. Then he fires him. And then CM Punk, essentially for the most part, is the instigator to fucking get AEW kicked off of the fucking network. Very akin to Bryan Danielson is not the one to fire CM Punk, Devontae. Well, yeah, no shit, dumb fuck. Don't think he has the power to do that. Unless you could show me somewhere in Brie and Bryan Danielson's dungeon of hippiness, you could show me in their fucking house that there's a pen and paper and maybe some bank vault with a bunch of porno inside it that you're not allowed to have in the United States. Unless you can explain to me that Bryan Danielson has that in a safe along with a shit ton of money paying out to people in the company, I'm almost certain that Bryan Danielson has nothing to do with CM Punk being terminated in regards to actually going up to him and saying, get the fuck out of the company. But you're a fucking idiot to not believe that it wasn't influenced based off his position right now in the company, and more in particular, the board of directors, and the same thing can be said about CM Punk. No, he will not be the one to outright kick AEW off the fucking network. You're a retard. But what I'm saying is he is the influence. He is the instigator. He will be the one to ignite that flame. And people be like, well, Devontae, don't you understand that WWE tried to go for the deal beforehand? And did you read? Did you hear me? Did you open up your ears, elementary school child? I just said in the first article, go back and read it. That's why links are in the description box below. Follow along and grow some hair on your balls. They weren't negotiating with them anymore. There's a reason why I read that article, so I can just, boom, knock that argument out of your fucking head off rip, okay? They stopped negotiations. And now all of a sudden, they're doing it again. And according to Meltzer, that has everything to do with Punk and his relationship with the people in Warner Brothers Discovery, which is really, really weird. And I'm not trying to say that CM Punk isn't a star, but goddamn, for a guy who is in his position, he has so much stroke in the business. Holy shit. But that's really, really all I gotta say about that. Guys, folks, 2024 is looking like it's gonna be one hell of a motherfucking year. I can't wait, and I know you can't wait either. And, actually, fuck you, I can't wait, because that's gonna blow up my channel even further with all the great content I'm gonna get, especially going into the fall season. WrestleMania and the fall season, that's my go-to. That's my plan, and that's what I'm looking forward to, okay? I'm looking to exploit as much news as I can possibly get, and I'm looking to exploit as much people as I can possibly get, because I'm fucking evil, and I hate all of you, and all I want to do is ruin professional wrestling because it ruined itself, and I'm a part of that audience, and it ruined itself. I'm a part of it, and you ruined my childhood, and you ruined everything about it. I'm here to take vengeance. I see CM Punk is here to take vengeance on AEW. But with that being said, folks, as always, my name is Devontae. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and let me know how you feel about the discussions currently going on with Warner Brothers Discovery and WWE in regards to Raw. Do you think he's gonna go to another? Do you think Raw at the end of the day is gonna go on Warner Brothers Discovery? Do you think they're gonna kick AEW off? Do you think they're gonna have to be sister brother companies and they're gonna have to work together while actively trying to destroy each other? I don't know. Only one way to know, and that's to be Nostradamus or to sit your black ass down somewhere, be patient, and we go straight into 24 really, really hot with our headlights on. Hopefully not, the bright light headlights, because police will pull you over. They did it to me once, and I actually said it was because I was, okay, well, you know what, fuck it. What am I doing right now? As always, my name is Devontae, and I'll be catching you assholes later. Deuces, peace. eyes.